So, the big news of today is the summit that America or the United States had with North Korea. Kim Jung Un and President Donald Trump met in Singapore the other day. And by some hook or crook, by some miracle, supposedly, allegedly, Kim Jung Un is supposed to denuclearize his weapon arsenal because of the conversation or the talk that he had with Donald Trump. And then what beats all is that Donald Trump, in the news here lately, has been bragging about his negotiating skills, talking about he's a businessman and he's always negotiated meetings in business and he's a good negotiator. Well, all I can say is this: the proof will be in the pudding. We can believe it when we actually see it. In other words, when North Korea, which is a communist country under a dictator, Kim Jung Un, when they denuclearize, if you will, I'll applaud. But it's not going to happen. I'm going to give you my perspective as to why. I don't care about sanctions. I don't care about how much pressure the U.S. is supposedly putting on that country. If they haven't done it in the past 20, 30 years, why would they do it now? Under all of the previous presidents that we've had, all the way up until Barack Obama, why does this man who's been in office just a little over a year, who basically is a businessman, a real estate man, all of a sudden he becomes the president, and now he has this uncanny ability to change the mind of this dictator? It's not going to happen. And here's why. In the art of war, understand this, ladies and gentlemen, and this is very basic, very simple. If there are several people, in this case countries, that have military might and or power, each country wants to maintain their military might and or power in fear of another country possibly taking it over at some point in time. So anytime you say, because you're not following certain global rules, there might be some military action taken against you, such as the United States versus North Korea, theoretically, in theory. Do you think North Korea would just lie down and say, oh, we're sorry for all of the things that we've said and for testing all of the missiles and so on and so forth, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to shut down a great or significant portion of our program military-wise? If they did that, it would be foolish. Because if they did, in their mind, or in a military leader's mind, it would make them vulnerable. It would make them weak. It would have weakened their stance, status, or position as a military power on some level. So why would you give your enemy your machine guns, in other words, and all you have is a handgun? You get my point? So just purely based on this, no major power, which North Korea is a major power, whether we see them as that or not, no major power is going to give up a substantial part of its military fighting arsenal and have another superpower remain a greater foe, or a greater potential foe or opponent than they. They want as much clout, collateral, and power as they possibly can muster so that they can withstand, God forbid, some war in the future. They want all of their ducks in a row. and to give up any portion of their military might just because of some meeting or a summit, it remains to be seen, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it from me. I'm going to say it again. It sounds good in the news, in the soundbite, in the paper, in the magazine. It sounds good and makes for good news. But what makes it really good is when it actually happens. If it hasn't happened, all it is just the jacking of jaws. It's just rhetoric. That's it, and that's all. This is Brother Teacher. Let me know what you think about the denuclearization of North Korea's military arsenal on some level. Let me know. And maybe we share the same viewpoint. I'm out.